When my children heard I'll be teaching at Mayan in the fall, they wanted to know what I'll be teaching about. Well, I said, very excited to tell them all, I'll be talking about how various storytelling techniques are used to craft and shape the story of Shoftim and Shmuel, and how the narrative art complicates, subverts, and challenges the messages of the text, and how the biblical storyteller creates certain expectations that then guide us and shepherd us through the interwoven plot lines. And then I looked up and I saw that my daughter's eyes were somewhat glazed and my son's jaw was somewhat slack. And he said, "But mom," now I'm going to pause the story right here. You don't know what he said, but I'm willing to bet that you have an inkling of where the story is going. I'm willing to bet that you know that whatever it is my son said was going to poke fun at the pompous nature of my speech, and somehow the whole anecdote was about to end on a self-deprecating note. And the reason you know it is that the way I told the story creates certain expectations in your mind. Look, for example, at the vocabulary I used. I chose the most presumptuous, pompous, exaggerated words I could find. Look, basically, begging for some needle to come and pop my balloon of self-importance. Look at the description I told you about, a slack jaw and glazed eyes. I basically set the stage for a sex down for me. Look at the setting. Here I am telling you a story as I try to get you to want to get to know me. And self-deprecating humor is almost expected in situations like that. All of that together amounts to the expectation that tells you where the story is going. Now, this process, the process of creating certain expectations and then delivering on them, is at the heart of storytelling. A good storyteller does more than come up with plot lines and characters and dialogue and description. All those things, they just create a pile. But for a story to really be powerful and make us want to turn the page and make us care about it, it has to be more than a pile of things. So a good storyteller creates certain expectations and makes certain promises. And then these expectations and promises serve us as guides through the landscape of the story. They tell us, oh, pay attention here, and this is background, you can skim. Or, this character you should keep your eyes on. Or, this turn of events feels incomplete. Keep your eyes open for what comes next. And so as we follow these cues of those little guides, instead of just, rattling through a mess of events, we go through a structured process that hopefully leads us to a satisfying end. I want to invite you to join me to see how one of the oldest and most potent stories in our own history does exactly that. I want to invite you to discover with me how the story told in Shoftim and Shmuel shepherds us through a variety of events, a variety of characters, a variety of mini stories, and helps us gain some insights that are deeper and more meaningful than any one of those events. Now, this story really is a pile of things. It has everything. It has a Game of Thrones. It has contenders to that said throne. It has a civil war. It has witchcraft practiced at the dead of night. It has a woman's body torn to shreds to make a point. It has armies marching in the field. It has heroes killing giants. It has it all. And yet somehow, through this mess, the story takes us from point A, where the Israelites are these scattered tribes fighting amongst themselves, mostly enslaved to other groups, but then saved by a savior only to fall into decay in the next generation, following various idols, etc., etc. Somehow it takes us from that to point B, where the Israelites are suddenly a united kingdom, powerful and successful, under a powerful king. And what I hope to show you in this course is that when we carefully follow the leads of the story itself and see how the story creates expectations within us and how these expectations guide us through the pile of events and people, we can discover underlying layers of texts, underlying layers of meaning that carry messages that are relevant to our day. So please take a look at the Mayan website. You can register there for the course, or you're welcome to come to the first class for free. It'll take place at the Young Israel in Brookline on October 16th. It's a Tuesday, 8 p.m., and I hope to see you there.